Hey everybody, welcome to Dad, Daughters, and Drinks, where you'll always get at least two of those three. Today you've got me, the Margarita Kid, and I am drinking coffee because it's still kind of early in the day. But not too early for music, so I'm going to be reacting to my second Asterism song. This is called Church. It's listed as live in studio. I wonder if that's some sort of a COVID thing. I know a lot of bands during COVID when they couldn't uh, play in, places would stream or record themselves playing live, but in a studio, um, which I think is pretty cool. Got to do what you got to do. Um, if anybody saw my first Asterism reaction to Dawn, I like that so much I actually reacted to it twice, once myself and once with my kids. And so I've been looking forward to this one, and the song Church was, I think, most far and away highly recommended. So I'm going to check this one out. Kind of excited by this. And I don't know if this one's got singing in it. I know that they do have a singer. The first one was an instrumental, so that might be completely new to me as well. Let's do it. Problem. Whoa. I gotta listen to that a couple times. Uh, so it was so fast. He's doing that right hand, like kind of one hit tap slide, and then he does a couple uh, right hand harmonics. It's where you kind of lay your fingertip on the string without pushing down, and then you flick behind it. Sorry for that, whatever noise just happened. Um, which, a lot of guitarists still do that. Um, not a ton, but it happens. Usually more in classical stuff, I think. But it's usually done somewhere on the fretboard where you can see the frets that you're playing at. With this bass, he was doing that up over kind of the pickups, and so you have to know exactly where you're doing that to be able to get those just right. Because when you're that high on the neck, the space between your kind of virtual frets is really small. So that's in of itself really impressive. Like that too. Sorry, I don't like to normally uh, pause in guitar solos, but I think this is one giant solo, so I'm gonna have to pause when I gotta pause, but I'll go back. I just realized that there's a date down at the bottom, 2021, 9/8, September 8th, 2021, or depending on where some places do the month and day different, but either way, it's about the same date. It is still in COVID, maybe later tail of COVID, but I know a lot of places are still being really careful. I really like this so far. A very, very, very different style than what we had heard with Dawn, of course. But this background bass thing is just beautiful. It's kind of got that little drum, just kind of march thing going on, not over the top, just enough to keep things going. And then this guitar part so far is just it's really nice. Almost more of a jazz song, I think. Wait and see what kind of. Um, sorry, I'm drawing a blank. What kind of scale she's playing? So it sounds like it's about to go somewhere else. So it didn't end up being jazzy. It ended up being more uh, slow rock, almost in the style of like slower music that like Steve Vai or Vinnie Moore might play. Reminded me a little bit of a Vai song called Blue Powder, uh, kind of the opening of that song. But then all of a sudden it kind of took a 90-degree turn. The bass started doing kind of a really strange uh, chord progression. Very interesting. So I'm interested to see how that's kind of seems like that's like a stepping stone into whatever that's going to happen. And I don't mean it was a strange chord progression in that the chord progression was strange, but it was strange with everything else that was going on. Sorry. See right there, when I was talking about the right-handed harmonicking, you can see her doing it right there. You can see she's about to put this finger on the 12th fret there, I think, and she'll end up picking the string with her thumb behind it. All right, that was a good tune. The star of that one for me was the bass. Everything he was doing, I thought was absolutely fabulous. The melodies that she was playing in the beginning and kind of in the middle, I thought were real nice. There was a section there when she was really going off, um, and it kind of felt to me like one of the parts I've talked about before, where there's a lot of fast notes being played for the sake of playing fast notes that didn't really have a lot of structure or melody to it. Sometimes you can do that. She did that a ton in Dawn. This one felt a little less uh, melodic to me. A lot of the whammy stuff happening for the sake of whammying, I guess. Um, so that part didn't quite land for me. I mean, overall, don't get me, it's a really good song. Uh, Technically very impressive. I think the problem is it set such a high bar for Dawn, or with Dawn, that it's going to be hard to match that. Uh, and the other thing, and I kind of felt this throughout the whole thing, and a little bit in going back to Dawn as well, is when I was reacting to Dawn, I really loved the way that they say interacted with the crowd necessarily, but kind of fed off of the energy of the crowd. You could see the way she was kind of, like looking at people certain ways and doing things and kind of, making some you know faces and things that were a lot of fun. Um, and so I just kind of got the impression that they're a band that really thrives on an audience. And I think without having the audience here, there was a little less energy, even in parts of the song that could have had some energy. And I realized that the beat was kind of slow, and that even when things picked up, the background music still had kind of a slower beat to it. But I think this is a band I would like to watch maybe more live in front of an audience. It was um, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a bunch of other music video stuff that I will like uh, just as much as Dawn. Let me know what it is. I've got a bunch of songs that were listed that people have recommended, so I'm going to keep working through them because this band is really. But if there's anything else that you think as well, go ahead and let me know. And even if it's something that is already on the list, the more people I make little notes for how often people request certain songs. So just request whatever you want, and the more little check marks it gets, the more likely I'm going to do it next. But in any case, I appreciate everybody's time. I appreciate all of the comments and all of the interaction I get to have with you guys. And I hope everybody has a good day. And today's Friday for me, so I hope everybody has a great weekend as well. Thanks.